WCDI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. I'm Tommy Lopez. Thanks for staying up late with us, and I hope you enjoyed all the basketball games going on today. They'll return tomorrow. We start tonight's newscast with an update on the Clay County double homicide investigation. 2 men are under arrest. They're facing murder charges today in this case. 22-year-old Shundre Johnson of Mansi, this is him today. He and 24-year-old Tiberius Coffey of Calhoun City. They're both facing 2 counts of murder, accused of killing 2 people. U.S. Marshals arrested Johnson in Memphis. Members of law enforcement arrested Coffey in Calhoun City. A judge set bond today at $500,000 for both of them. Clay County Sheriff Eddie Scott says a lot of work went into these arrests.
I know our community feels better, and us as law enforcement feels better. I got to give credit to all the different agencies that's been involved. None of them have slept since this happened Tuesday night. They have worked around the clock, to start bringing closure to this case. And then we still got a ways to go, as far as putting the finishing touches on it.
The next court date for the 2 men is set for May 25th. They're facing charges after investigators found 2 bodies on the side of a rural Clay County road Tuesday night. Kentario Boyd and Kenya Campbell, they were the bodies that investigators found that night. Investigators say they both had multiple gunshot wounds. 10 agencies in total have helped with this investigation from the start to now. There are more drug arrests this week in Monroe County. It brings the total to nearly 100 arrests there this month. Deputies found a felony amount of crack cocaine this week, although the suspect was able to destroy a lot of the drug beforehand. Separately, members of law enforcement found a felony amount of weed Thursday night during 2 traffic stops. Officers believe the suspect was transporting the drugs from Tupelo down Highway 45 to sell in Columbus. To the search now for 2 men who escaped from jail in Marion County, Alabama. Members of law enforcement are still looking for them tonight. 22-year-old Corey Dean and 20-year-old Zeppelin Kennedy. They escaped around 1:30 this morning. Law enforcement believe they may be headed to Lee County, Mississippi. Deputies believe they're in a silver Ford Ranger. One of those was stolen earlier today in the Hamilton, Alabama area. They believe the 2 are dangerous. A shooting at a Crawford nightclub injured 1 person early this morning. The shooting happened at Club Exotic. This is it on Highway 245. 1 person is under arrest, but deputies are not identifying who it is. The victim's injuries are not life-threatening. Investigators are not sure what led to the gunfire. Lowndes County deputies went to North Mississippi Medical Center in West Point to see the victim just before 2 o'clock this morning. Tupelo police are holding a man after he damaged private property and after he was combative with officers. This is video that was posted to social media. Tupelo resident Taylor Brewer just put it to Facebook. It shows this suspect damaging a vehicle there and walking around in the Winfield subdivision, shouting, acting erratically. Police responded here. This is Renda and North Thomas Street. When officers tried to handcuff that suspect, he became combative and he resisted arrest, they say. Officers used their tasers on the man. He was taken to NMMC for observation. Police are trying to determine what charges that they're going to file against that suspect. An area woman is recovering tonight after someone stabbed her inside her home. Police in Itawamba County have a suspect under arrest. Our Selena Schaefer has more now on how that woman is doing in Manatee.
It was around 10 a.m. this morning when the alleged home invasion and stabbing took place here at this residence on Mount Pisgah Road in Manatee. Now, 1 man is in custody and 1 woman is in stable condition after suffering from multiple stab wounds.
We got a call this morning about possible stabbing and robbery. Officer responded. When he got there, he found the victim. She had been stabbed 2 to 3 times. It was in the extremities.
One of those extremities being her left cheek. The victim is 50-year-old Melissa G. Baswell of Manatee. Investigators say Corey Stewart of Manatee allegedly stabbed and robbed Baswell at her home.
He left the scene and it looks like he threw the weapon in the ditch as he was leaving. From that point, got a description of the individual. Luckily, the Itawamba County Sheriff's Office was able to locate him, and he is in custody now.
In exclusive video, our cameras were there as deputies brought Stewart in for questioning.
Do you have anything to say regarding the stabbing that took place this morning?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any relationship to the victim that was stabbed?
No, ma'am.
Baswell's son, Zachary Baswell, insisted his mother not do an interview. He says Stewart previously dated his cousin, and that's how Stewart knew the victim. As of right now, Police Chief Roberts isn't sure as to what exactly Stewart will be charged with, whether it's home invasion or robbery. But WCBI will keep you posted as those details become available. For now, in Mantachie, Selena Schaefer, WCBI News.
Selena, thank you. To our weather tonight, Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is up late with us. Keith, what is it looking like for those who are still out and about tonight?
Well, right now it is 11:32 on our Friday evening, Tommy. We have some showers here in Tippah County moving through Blue Mountain and just passing through Ripley. Some storms actually up here in West Tennessee moving through Jackson. Some good downpours, a little bit of thunder and lightning. There was a little bit of hail earlier this evening up to our northwest. No severe weather expected later on tonight. That batch of rain will move on through our viewing area during the overnight hours. 57 degrees, worst case scenario tonight. Still pretty mild right now, upper 60s to mid 60s. And we'll clear it all out by late morning tomorrow, Tommy. And look at these highs with developing sun on Saturday, low to mid 70s. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Yeah, some welcomed warmth. For people, though, that are out tonight in that weather, drinking obviously is a part of this holiday for many people for St. Patrick's Day. And regardless of whether what they're drinking is the color green or not. And police tell us they're going to be looking for anyone who's taken this celebrating too far. Our Jory Talley spoke with the former DUI officer in Starkville about how they spot dangerous drivers.
On a typical weekend, approximately 3 to 7 DUI arrests. It really depends on the situation and what's going on in town.
Starkville Police Department has 2 certified DUI officers. All officers get the basic field sobriety training, but DUI officers are more specialized in that field.
Once you've completed, basic field sobriety class and you're certified through the state, I mean, you can be a DUI officer. But, like I said, if that's all you do, you're coming better at it. Testimony in court's going to be better. Your field sobriety, on the roadside is going to be better because you have more practice.
Sergeant Shane Kelly worked as a DUI officer for 4 years at SPD. He relied on sight and smell.
Every case is going to be different. I mean, you can start with your eyes, then you're going to go to, any other type of observations like asking for a license and you get your debit card or your, little things like that. And obviously, beer cans or beer bottles in the car or liquor.
Certain clues and standard field tests tip experts off, letting them know when someone has had too much to drink.
All right, I want you to put your right foot in front of your left foot, heel to toe. Hands down by your side. I want you to remain in that position.
They're used to establish probable cause to run somebody on the intoxilizer. The one-leg stand test looks for these hints.
There's 4 distinct things you're looking for, which, sways and hops and uses your arms to balance and then put your foot down. We've had to demonstrate this in full, duty gear, and it's not an issue there. So any sober person, should be able to complete tasks without an issue.
Corporal Brandon Lovelady wants to remind this to everyone who's going to be out and about this weekend.
If you choose to drink alcohol, please just have a driver lined up. There's also numerous taxi services in this area. It's easy to get a ride home when you've been drinking other than driving yourself.
Joy, thank you. And Corporal Lovelady says DUI officers make their own schedules and work early and into the mornings. People in Aberdeen are remembering a fallen officer today. It's been 26 years since Officer Eric Wilson was shot and killed while on duty. And today people gather to remember his life. Family, friends, fellow officers, they came together this morning to pay their respects. The city of Aberdeen holds this event every year in honor of Wilson's service. It's a sad ending today for a Gordo, Alabama woman who has been fighting for her life in a North Carolina hospital for over a year. Libby Hankins passed away today. The former University of West Alabama student received a double lung transplant at Duke last year. Hankins was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when she was just 2 years old. Her transplant story went viral, and her Lungs for Libby Facebook page had over 36,000 followers. Libby was 23 years old. We'll be right back.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Great to see you this evening. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Tupelo this evening. Look at all the folks out there at the Barbecue Duel, and it's going to be ongoing tomorrow as well, so get out there and make the most of it. Here's our time lapse from downtown Columbus, a mix of sun and clouds as we went throughout the course of the evening hours. Pretty nice and still well into the mid-60s and upper 60s in our region, even at this late hour. Speaking of the late hour, what time is it? How about 11:39? Yeah, 67 in Tupelo, 66 in Columbus. Yes, we are live. We are live. 63 in Starkville, 64 in Oxford tonight. Now, there are some showers up here and even a few thunder showers in West Tennessee. These have been producing some pretty good downpours. There's that one we showed you earlier in Tupelo County. These stretch back into Arkansas. This whole batch is moving off to the southeast. There was some large hail reported up there, quarter to golf ball size hail in parts of northeast Arkansas earlier this evening. We do not have to worry about that. But this wave of showers and thunder showers will continue moving south as we go throughout the course of the night. So we may hear the little pitter-patter of rain on the rooftop later on tonight. And all of this activity should be clearing out by mid to late morning tomorrow. And that is going to set up a gorgeous Saturday afternoon. So if you have any outdoor plans, you may want to just put those off on the back burner until tomorrow afternoon, just to be on the safe side. We start out around 60 at 9 o'clock, 68 by noon, 73 or so by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Some spots could be a little bit warmer here, not too shabby here for our Saturday across northeast Mississippi and west Alabama. Just remember a couple of days ago we were struggling into the low and mid 40s, and now we're about 30, 40 degrees warmer, and our overnight low is much, much warmer. Not too bad. High pressure coming on in for your Sunday and Monday. That means more sunshine, even warmer temperatures with southerly breezes on Monday and Tuesday. This front right here may give us a chance for a little bit of rain late Tuesday and Wednesday, but just looking at some new information this evening, thankfully we're delayed. I can look at some new information this evening. It doesn't want to bring that moisture down in here Tuesday, maybe into Wednesday. We'll just see how it goes for the middle of the work week. Now, at the end of next week, there could be a bigger system that rolls on in from the west, and that energy right there could give us a chance for some stronger storms late next week, perhaps on Friday. So until then, we should be home free. No strong to severe storms until perhaps at the end of next week at the earliest. That's always good news this time of year. A pretty nice weekend after tomorrow morning's rain gets out of here. Around 80 Monday and Tuesday. And don't forget, spring officially starts at 5:28 Monday morning.
For anyone that wanted a different week, if they were tired of the cold this past week, they're going to get it starting this weekend.
Yeah, and you know, folks that were lucky enough to go on spring break to someplace warm, they're coming back to someplace warm.
Yeah, it's going to feel like parts of Florida on Monday and Tuesday.
The folks that went away are coming back, they never will realize how cold it has been.
Right. Easy to forget.
Yes.
Easy for us to get when we start feeling 80s, too.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, spring is here. Keith, thank you very much. We still have some MSU basketball to talk about tonight, but also our Allie Martin has a report on some barbecue. That's next. Stay with us.
You're watching WCDI News at 10 with Tommy Lopez.
A fair warning about this next story. If you're hungry, it might just make you hungrier. Weekend barbecue competition. This is a big deal in Tupelo. It's a fundraiser. It's already underway. Lots of people coming in from all over the country for this. Our Allie Martin shows us what to expect.
Each team gets a police escort to the Tupelo Barbecue Duel. This is the 7th year for the KCBS sanctioned competition and festival, which benefits the Link Center. The festival has food, entertainment, marketplace, and obstacle course for kids and the young at heart. Who won?
Me.
Who did you beat?
You.
Was it a hard obstacle course?
Yes.
Did you cheat?
Yes.
And of course, there's barbecue. 80 teams from 23 states are competing. The teams are diverse in age and experience. The Young Hoggers barbecue team is made up of high school students ready to light the grill.
I've been watching my dad for a couple years and watching everybody around here. I think we're going to do good and try our best and learn some more technique.
Another local team, Starboars, comes every year.
You know what the secret ingredient to the sauce is?
What's that?
Fun. We just have fun. We have a good time. Most of these folks take it serious. we don't take it too serious.
It is a lot of fun, but there's also a serious side. There's a lot of money on the line. This is actually 2 competitions in one event.
A full competition Saturday and a full competition Sunday. Over $25,000